Hello, and welcome to this quick demo of the teacher experience within Lingo Jingo. Once a teacher logs in, they'll first be presented with a screen, which essentially shows you the main features and functions that are available to a teacher when they get in. Now, there's two main functional areas that a teacher is going to be interacting with in Lingo Jingo. Those two areas are student management as well as content distribution. So I'll show you how to easily do each one of these functions within the platform. So I'm logged in as a teacher. If I want to explore the student management capabilities, I simply select Manage Students. And for a teacher, they have two ways of managing student accounts. One is if they'd like to create a new student, they can simply select to add a student. And this way, they've got the ability to add students a one-on-one type of steps, where if they want to add individual students. If they want to import full lists of students, they can import a file, a spreadsheet, very simple, simply laid out spreadsheet that allows them to import entire groups of students, which is much more beneficial to a teacher that's going to be deploying Lingo Jingo to a classroom of students. Once you have your individual students or your entire classroom uploaded into the site, there are some simple individual account management like password resets and edits that the teacher can do there. The other piece of the student management functionality is managing groups. And this is really important because this allows teachers to organize their full student lists into individual groups. So for example, this teacher has three groups. They have a SLIFE group, as well as a newcomers and ELL group. So three different groups of students based on the total number of students that they have on Lingo Jingo. Now, creating a group is very easy. You just simply create the name of the group, what kind of language, the language content the students are going to be taking, and the group is created. Once you have that group ready to assign content to, now is when we move into the content distribution piece. So if we look at this SLIFE group of this particular teacher, you see here her entire student list, and the check marks are those students that have been assigned to this particular group. And the teacher has three options for assigning content within Lingo Jingo. They can assign individual courses, which you can search for course content based on keywords, and assign individual courses to your students or individual students. There's also the option for assigning curricula. And within Lingo Jingo, we've got prepackaged curricula based on particular topics. And what a curriculum is within Lingo Jingo is essentially large groups of courses. So, for example, if you are covering phonics for English learners, you can see here that we've got 10 courses within this particular curriculum. And the teacher can see all of the courses that are grouped together. And again, if you want to do assign individual courses, you can do that this way. Then we also have assigned tests. Now, you have the ability within Lingo Jingo to create tests that can be assigned to your students to, if you'd like to use that as a way to gauge progress within a particular topic, that's available. So this is how a teacher is going to perform some student management as well as content distribution. They'll be distributing content to, in this case, groups of their students. Now, for a teacher, another key feature that they'll be using within Lingo Jingo is going to be reporting. They want to be able to report or see how their students are engaging with the content on Lingo Jingo, or how they're performing within with their coursework on Lingo Jingo. And if you launch our reporting interface, you're presented with your dashboard that has certain elements that help teachers understand at a glance, some of what's going on. And what we see here is the student engagement graph, which displays a graphical view of student engagement and progress. And the teacher can switch between different groups. They can also tighten up according to dates. And here they see just at a high level how much engagement the students are achieving with the content, how much content they've completed, and what they have left to do. The placement test results gives you a graphical view of performance and progress of students who have been assigned a test created within Lingo Jingo. So drilling into a particular segment, and we'll drill into the test completed segment, it shows you the students that are represented by that segment, and you can also drill into and see individual student data or performance data as how they've performed within the different components of a test. So, this is a really nice way if you do use Lingo Jingo for assigning tests or creating tests, just to see how your students are performing. The popular courses element shows the teacher who's logged in which courses they assign the most, are assigning most often. It kind of gives just a historical look at those courses that they seem to prefer assigning to students. Trophies, this allows you to view individual students' achievements. So what you see here are ribbons, medals, and trophies, and these all signify different achievement levels with the coursework that they've been assigned. If they simply complete an assigned course, then they get a ribbon. If they complete the assigned coursework and all of the lessons within that coursework they're able to complete with a satisfactory grade, they get a medal. And then the trophy is a achievement that they get if they're able to complete all the lessons within a particular course, and those lessons they achieve above satisfactory scoring. So it just lets the teacher see quickly who's performing well with the content assigned. Active students, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can see when your students were last active on the platform. Inactive students gives you a look at some kids who are inactive, in which case you may remove their account, or just simply aren't engaging with anything on the site. Student activity, this is just a short historical view of student interaction with Lingo Jingo. You can drill into a student's name and see simple information such as when they logged in, what they've last completed. Again, it's just short historical information about student activity. Jumping into the reports, we have the student scorecard. And what the student scorecard provides you is a view into the overall engagement and performance of each student. So if I drill into a student, what you'll see is general progress as far as like their completion of assigned coursework versus the total amount that's been assigned to them. You can see which groups they're also a member of. The attainment scoring includes completion rate and average scores of completed coursework. So this gives you a high-level understanding of how a student is performing with the coursework. The detailed activity report, this takes a deeper look at performance by showing not only students scoring on coursework, but also information about the objectives of the assigned coursework. If there's a standard associated with a particular lesson or with a particular course, such as Common Core standards or WIDA standards, for example, then those are going to be shown here as well. And then finally, the student usage report. Now, here a teacher can select a particular date range and see exactly what students have done over a particular period of time. This is again a way to look at general completion and engagement information. Now, this was actually a very often requested report by teachers, just as another method for viewing student progress and engagement at a glance. So for the reporting component, we've been able to cover that. We've been able to look at student management as well as content distribution with Lingo Jingo. And now this reporting piece, it allows you to view overall engagement and performance data as well for the students that you're managing with Lingo Jingo and how they're interacting with coursework. Thank you very much for your time, And if you have any questions on using Lingo Jingo or any of the elements that we've covered up to this point, then you may feel free to reach out to us via our website. Thank you very much.